welcome to my 40-pound, 30-day weight loss challenge. My name is Vince, and this is day 19 of my weight loss challenge. I've rounded that turn, and we're coming in for the stretch. So I'm excited to see the final results of my challenge. I'm still working hard, but still also trying to find that balance between working hard and not working too hard, not trying to kill myself. And that's the way fitness should be, because we're supposed to be healthy. And if you work too hard, that's not healthy. So on this day 19 of my challenge, I want to talk to everyone about trimming versus losing weight, reducing the inches that you have around your body, particularly the waist. People are most concerned about. So losing inches around your waist versus losing weight, because both are good things, but you can have one without the other. So you can lose inches and not lose weight, and you can lose weight but not lose inches as well. You want to do both. You want to lose weight and lose inches. But if you have one other than over and above the other, that's not just such a bad thing either. And I'll explain as we go along. So what happens is this: we're on our weight loss challenge, and this is directed at people who do cardio and do resistance training. So when you're doing cardio, you facilitating weight loss. You're getting your heart rate up, you're sweating, and you're losing weight. And then you do resistance training as well. Now, resistance training is good for weight loss too. In fact, it's probably more important to do the weights for resistance training for weight loss than it is for cardio, because cardio, you only lose weight when you're doing exercise right then and there, right? There's exceptions to that. Like there's a school of thought that says, like, when you do wind sprints, you get your metabolism up. So if you do get your metabolism up, you can burn calories when you're not doing cardio. But for the most part, let's say for steady state cardio, you're burning calories at that particular moment. But when you do weights, resistance training, what you're doing is you're adding muscle mass to your body composition. And when you do that, muscle burns calories even at rest. So when you add muscle to your body composition, you're burning calories even when you're not exercising, because muscle requires energy. So that's why they say people who are fighters, when they really built and muscular, those muscles take up a lot of oxygen, and it does. So people who are muscle bound, who get into the fight game, you got to work on your stamina as well, because those muscles need a lot of oxygen to perform, and you need to train to be so that you can make it to those later rounds, so you can have stamina and endurance. Now, also, when it comes to weight loss, when you're doing resistance training, you might be losing inches, but not necessarily losing weight. That's because when you do resistance training, you firm up, right? And you're adding more muscle to your composition, you're firming up. And what happens is muscle weighs more than fat, because muscle is denser. So you may be displacing the muscle from the fat. So you're burning fat, but you're gaining muscle, and muscle weighs more. So you're losing inches, even though you may not necessarily be losing weight like you may have thought. But that's not a bad thing at all, because you'll be losing inches even though you may not be losing weight. I remember living in Atlanta, and there was this guy. He was into bodybuilding heavily. Right, he had a nice bod too, dude. Forgot his name, but it was really solid all around. And then when I found out how much he weighed, he said he weighed like about 200. I was like, 200? He looks to be 230, 240. You know, because he was packed. He was dense. You know what I mean? He had very little body fat. So that's what happens when you're on your weight loss journey and you're doing resistance training. That you could be losing inches around your waist, around your arms, thighs, whatever, but may not be losing weight like you thought you might have. And this is just a temporary thing. Your body is just adjusting to the stimulus that you're putting it under, you know, the training that you're putting it under. So if you want to continue to lose weight, you just continue training, that's all. And the more muscle that you obtain, the more calories that you'll be burning. Because like I said, muscle burns calories even at rest. So for those people who are out there who are doing the weight training, and women, get off this thing about weights are for men. I know that, I know when I started in fitness a long time ago, there were some women out there still hanging to that old myth that women shouldn't lose weight because they'll start looking like men. Get out of here. That's the farthest thing from being true. The ones that may look like men are the ones who are into bodybuilding, and they take it to a whole nother level of strength training. But for the average person, you have nothing to worry. And you know how long they have to train and how hard they have to train to get to that level and to look like that. It takes a lot of work. So you don't have to worry about that. And and I know that myth doesn't exist as much today as it did when I first started training. Because when I go to the gym, I always see women in the weight room lifting. When I first started, I saw women in the weight room training. It wasn't as much as it is today, but women were representing themselves at the time. So women and men, if you want to lose weight, make sure that you do both cardio and resistance training. And remember, you could be slimming down your waistline, getting that shape you always wanted, and if the scale doesn't tell you the number that you thought should be on there, don't get dismayed whatsoever. You just keep training and keep doing your thing, and you'll continue losing the fat and replacing it with muscle, and you'll look so much better in the long run. Whereas people who just do cardio can not look firm, and they, you know, may carry around more fat than somebody who's doing the weights and the cardio. And somebody who's just doing the weights, well, you'll firm up and you'll burn fat, but if I ask you to run down the block, you'll be heaving like because you have no endurance training. And so you need both. You need the cardio, you need the resistance training, and again, for people who are doing both, and you keep jumping on the scale and you're just like, I felt I should have been lighter, but you look in the mirror and say, but I'm looking good. That's the reason why, because you're losing inches and you're adding on muscle as you're burning the fat. So the fat is kind of displacing the muscle. Oh, excuse me, I said that backwards. The muscle is kind of displacing the fat. All right, thanks for hanging with me. Be sure to join me tomorrow for day 20. Time is surely running out. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be alerted to the next video that I do. And till I see you again, peace and hair grease.